everybody! Today I am here and I am giving you some Viva Las Vegas tips. I have done a video on how to pack to go to Viva Las Vegas, but this is going to be a video as there's more specific tips on sort of how to plan your trip, because people ask me all the time what to expect and sort of tips and tricks when you go, and I have been since 2004, so this is my 13th Viva. Oh my gosh, that's insane. So I have a few little tricks to share with you guys. So let's start with booking your flights. You definitely want to get the best deal you can possibly get on flights. Southwest is usually the best airline to fly, depending on where you're coming from, but Southwest usually has the cheapest deals, and you get 2 bags free, which when you're going to Viva, you're gonna have bags because you're gonna have lots of outfits. Another thing you want to keep in mind is fly in and fly out dates. If you fly in on Thursday or Friday and out on Sunday, they're gonna be the most expensive. So picking days outside of those tends to make them a little bit cheaper. Also, one thing to remember is the duration of time that you want to be at Viva. Some people go hot and they want to be there for 5 days. Let me tell you, I only do actual Viva for Friday and Saturday. I only do 2 days because it is crazy. There's a lot of people. If you've never been to Vegas before, just Vegas itself is crazy. All the lights and the noise and the smoke in the casinos you have to really get used to. So keep in mind that you don't want to burn yourself out. There was one year that I went from Thursday to Monday, and by Monday it was like Zombieville. Like you just watch people walking around like they want to end it. So keep that in mind when you are planning the duration of your trip. Another thing to plan for is where you're going to stay, which is very important. So the actual event is held at the Orleans Hotel, and the Orleans is actually sold out usually for the following year before the year before is finished. So in 2016, at Viva, 2017 rooms were already sold out. So if you can get a room at the Orleans, great. However, I don't stay at the Orleans, and for me, it's because I have really high anxiety and I like to get away from the crowds. One thing to remember if you do stay at the Orleans is that it's very, very crowded. So the elevators are super crowded, especially if you're staying at a top floor. If you want ice or if you want water or soda from any of the vending machines, good luck with that. Lines anywhere if you want to eat, if you want to go to a bar, if you want to do anything where there's not like a crazy line or a crazy wait, staying at the Orleans is not the most people friendly. The one benefit of staying at the Orleans is that you're right there, so if you need to change your shoes or change your outfit, or you just want to go up and sit down for a minute, or if you want to mix a drink or whatever, it's there. So it totally depends on the type of person that you are. I stay at the Palms, and it's just right around the corner, and there's a shuttle that goes back and forth, and it's only like a $5 Uber ride, and the Palms is just a nicer hotel, so that's just an option. There's lots of hotels around there too. There's also discounts at rooms at the Gold Coast, and the Gold Coast is actually cheaper than the Orleans, but it's actually not as nice. So it depends on what you need. When you're packing, it is very wise to plan ahead. Some girls are the type of girls that are like, I'm just gonna throw everything in a suitcase and I'll figure it out when I get there. I am actually very, very organized, and you can see it in my packing video if you look. I pick an outfit for each day and an outfit for each night, and I bring all my accessories, and it really streamlines packing, especially if you're flying, because the more that you have, the more difficult it is to lug around. Plus, when you get there, you don't want to be stressing about what outfit you're going to wear and all that. If it's already planned, that's just what you wear. So I'm a fan of planning ahead in what you're going to wear and what you're going to bring, and now you don't forget anything too, just in case you might forget, earrings that match the one thing you want to wear or whatever. A wise thing to do is to figure out your itinerary before you go, and by that I mean figure out which events are really important to you, because there is so much going on at Viva Las Vegas. There's bands playing almost all day long every day until like 7 in the morning. There's vendors selling stuff. There's a burlesque competition. There's a pinup competition. There's bowling. There's a tattoo convention. I mean, there's so many different things that are happening, and sometimes you might get caught up in one thing and then forget that you maybe wanted to go do this other thing. So I definitely would write down like which bands you definitely want to see, like make a little timetable, because there is so much going on that it's useful to keep you on track and make sure that you don't miss anything, especially if this is going to be your one and only time going to Viva. So along with that is getting into events. So there's definitely a sort of way that some of these events work. I don't think the fashion show has the rules, but the burlesque competitions and the burlesque showcases, you definitely have to stand in line, I think the day before, to get your tickets, and then on the day of you have to stand in line to get good seats. So it's a lot of line standing, and I know to get the tickets for the burlesque competition, the line starts early in the morning. So definitely figure out how you get tickets to certain events so that you don't miss out, because I've definitely seen people that miss out on stuff because they just didn't plan or didn't know that it was the way things worked. But all that information is on the Viva website. The bars at Viva are crowded, and there are definitely a few little sneaker bars that I go to that aren't quite as crowded. Any bar that's in the middle of the casino, the bar with the alligator on it, the big round circular bars that are by the escalators coming downstairs, those bars are always jam-packed. If you just want to hang out and be seen and do whatever, those bars are great. If you actually want to drink, good luck. So my favorite bar actually is the one that is up by the bowling alley, the bar that's actually in the bowling alley. That one is usually kind of dead. Also, the bar that is where the wristbands, where you get your wristbands, that one is usually actually pretty good. And then there's one bar that's upstairs when you first walk off the escalators. That one sometimes is good depending on shows. And then actually the bars that are inside the ballrooms, there's bars in the back of all of the ballrooms, and those ones are usually dead because the ballrooms are so dark. I don't think people necessarily know that there's bars in there. So if you want a quick drink, that's the way to go. If you just want to hang and mingle, go to any bar that you want. A good little tip is to buy a boot or a bowling pin or whatever it is that is the sort of novelty drink holder for the weekend. It's always something different. There was like a tiki hot rod one year, but they're usually huge and they have a big straw in them and they're refillable. So to buy it to start with, I think it's like, I don't know, 20 bucks or something, and that comes with a drink in it. And then after that, you can refill it with drinks as many times as you want. So if you don't want to have to go back to the bar over and over and over again, get one of those giant drinks. They'll even make mixed drinks in them. They come with the frozen drinks like strawberry daiquiri or pina colada or whatever in them. You know, whatever you want in them. It's just a little bit extra. They're also really nice to have as a souvenir, and they usually run out pretty quickly. So get them when you first get there. If you are not so hair and makeup savvy, one thing to remember is that there are so many hair and makeup artists that do hair and makeup at Viva. They're very easy to find. Go onto the Viva Las Vegas website, or not the website, onto the Facebook group, or just kind of search around, look on Instagram, look for pinup hashtags. I actually do hair and makeup for photo shoots, and I'm already booked out for that, but there's lots of people that just do hair and makeup for the weekend just for people to have done. So if you're nervous about having your hair and makeup done yourself, then hire somebody to do it, and then you'll look amazing. And if you go to a good hair person, your hair will last all weekend. The shopping at Viva is amazing. There are so many good vintage things, especially for you gals that live in like small towns or places where you don't have access to good vintage. You will find some of the best vintage at Viva. The only downfall is that it is very expensive, especially you girls in small towns that are used to more inexpensive things. So my good little trick or little hack for shopping at Viva is to wait until Sunday. Usually at the end of the day on Sunday, vendors are more likely to give deals because they don't want to take so much stuff home with them. So definitely wait and ask for deals on Sunday. Obviously, if there's something you have to have or it's amazing or one of a kind, get it before it goes. But definitely on Sunday is when you can get the best deals at Viva. And also don't fret if your feet start to hurt and you're up in the ballroom. Most of the sort of reproduction vendors will have flats of all different varieties and colors. So I pretty much every year end up in an emergency situation where I have to buy a new pair of flats. So it happens. But along with that, do not forget to bring comfy shoes. I know we all want to wear our sparkly rhinestone lucite stiletto whatever shoes, and we know they're beautiful, but you are walking around so much at Viva. You're walking around pretty much from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, and most people stay up really late. So invest in some cute flats, make sure they match your outfit, you're good, nobody cares, nobody's looking at your shoes anyways, everything's so crowded anyways. So also be sure to drink a ton of water. It's hot and dry and really, really smoky at Viva, so you want to make sure you stay hydrated, especially if you're drinking. Just make sure you drink lots of water throughout the time. And it's also a good idea to bring allergy medicine. Just the outside allergies sometimes affect people at Viva, but the smoke in the casinos makes a lot of people congested, so allergy medicine will help with that. And be prepared when you go home for everything you own to smell like smoke. It's horrible, but it's totally worth it. So hopefully that gave you guys some little tips and tricks on going to Viva. My best advice is just to have fun. Don't stress about it. Don't stress about having perfect hair and makeup or outfits. If you want to go and dress up, cool. If you want to go wear a t-shirt and jeans and just have fun and listen to some music, cool. There's so many people at Viva of so many different walks of life. You'll see people from all over the world. You'll see punks and rockabillys and psychobillies and normal people and people that are just into car culture. So don't stress yourself out about it. Just go and have fun and make the most of it. And if you see me, say hi and give me a hug and tell me you watched this video and that it helped you, because I hope it did. But anyways, I'm really excited and I will see you guys at Viva. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video, and be sure to check out these latest videos that I have posted. And also be sure to click the subscribe button and turn your notifications on so you can see the new shenanigans coming your way.